hell can MLP generate so much hatred from within its own fanbase? Well, by putting your neck on the line for what you believe in, you'd better be ready for the inevitable backlash. For me, Maud Pie is incredibly overrated. And that's my bucking opinion, so learn to live with it or question it at your peril. Maud Pie, everyone's favourite rock-loving equine. From her Season 4 debut, she's stolen the hearts of many fans by quite literally talking about rocks while sounding like she's a robot in desperate need of love and attention. And that's a good thing, right? You know what? It actually is, because I like Maud as a character, contrary to what the title of this video says. She's the antithesis of everything the show could produce. Monotone speech, emotionless delivery, blunt and astute statements, and a colour and clothing palette that looks more drab than flashy. Her dialogue makes her stand out and brings your attention in, while also proving in the right moment to be funnier than the established cast of characters around her. So you may be wondering why I consider her to be overrated. Well, she may be an interesting character to study, but the episodes that she stars in paints a different picture to what her base model personality will dictate. The thing is, it's easy for me to like a character, but if those episodes that put them front and centre are not great, my opinion of them will not sit very highly. Now sure, there are characters I like who have had their part in some absolute stinkers over the years, but at least through subsequent appearances or their role in the one they've made has stood tall above them. Maud is just okay to firmly stand her ground in the same place throughout it all and not seemingly move a muscle. Hell, for the most part, all of her episodes that she's had a major part to play have achieved the same rating. And that's thanks to the sterile partnership she has with Pinky formulating most of the woes they've had. Almost all of those episodes fall into the same pattern. Pinky is super duper excited, contrasting with Maud's stoic musings, as these two either painfully butt heads, or the latter is put in a position where she creeps out others and goes seemingly about normal things, which she cannot possibly do without her hyperactive sister by her side, something which has not been explained. And when you combine the now familiar opening slot in the season lineup with those points, the stories become predictable, the pairing loses its star power, the episodes perform poorly, and Maud's stock with me sinks with it. In fact, to prove it, the episode grades for Maud Pie, The Gift of Maud Pie, and Rock Solid Friendship all share the same familiarity that never seems to shift season on season, because what we see on screen only marginally changes around it. Maud's life has dramatically progressed since her introduction to Pinky's friends in Season 4. She's spent time with them, gotten her Doctorate, befriended Starlight, and moved to Ponyville. Yet she hasn't really changed, with Pinky being the one who learns more from her sister's experiences rather than the other way around. And thanks to the copy-pasted formula of Pinky getting uber excited about her sister, then worried and irritated to a point where she has to learn a lesson, usually for Maud to reconcile the situation, doesn't allow Boulder's owner to gain anything from it all herself. And while it's easy to blame Pinky for this, it's as much the writer's fault for not expanding on those minimal yet bountiful aspects of the Maud's personality to become something more. Her appearances and the episodes themselves are the definition of mundane and frustrating insanity. This is proven ever more so by the fact they make small little changes in the hope that something better will come from them each time they recycle this premise. And to prove the statement ever more so, the times where Maud is not the centre of attention, it sees an improvement in the episode's performance. For example, the Maud couple achieved great ratings, in my opinion, for a Pinky and Maud-led adventure, mostly because it didn't focus on Maud at all, for pretty much half of it. I can thank Mudbriar for being the ice cube in a lukewarm glass of water, making that one fun. She took a supporting role for her siblings to ensure that she was the icebreaker in the tedious Hearthbreakers to make that one bearable, and that seemingly is all I can muster. That being said though, her minimal roles could not save the dumpster fires that was Uncommon Bond or Make New Friends But Keep Discord, which again heightens the issue ever more. To prove it again, Equestria Girls throws its rock in because the School of Rock short proved her character is duller than a UV damaged tarp. As you can tell, Maud is perfectly fine from a character perspective, but it hasn't held up well over time. Sure, her charm was awesome to see at first, but I've not seen much of a reason to care for it. I just can't get excited for her appearances anymore. Whenever she rears her head, I'm expecting a poor episode because, as I've noted, her predictable writing has left her as underwhelming as one character can be. Yet fan appreciation is high enough for the show to keep adding wood to the fire and producing more smoke than flames in the process. If she's not contrasting Pinky or making an episode uncomfortable despite her best efforts, she'll be on the sidelines facilitating the plot and not developing much. She's a character loved for simply what she brings to her rock-shaped table rather than the whole damn universe around her. And this repetitive cycle pronounces my lack of enthusiasm to ungodly heights. The fact everyone else goes on about her appearances like their second coming at times really brings home my opinion that she is overrated, because she's treated much like Trixie in that whenever she appears, an episode cannot possibly be considered bad. Hell, I'm the biggest Starlight Glimmer fan out there, and yet I can still be impartial enough to know that she's had a bad episode or two on her books. Maud has all the ingredients to be entertaining, thought-provoking and interesting, and while she shows it at times, it's often a minimal and simplistic exhibition to be seen. Maybe now she's settled into Ponyville with Mudbriar and a new set of friends, we can begin to see a more layered approach to her, and while I would like that, I wouldn't be surprised to see her relegated back to her once-in-a-season role, accompanying her sister on some escapade, because the writers of the show seemingly don't want to stop doing it, and if that is the case, my declaration of her overrated status will become even more apparent as the seasons go on. Do you have a bucking opinion that you want to put out to the masses to see if I agree or disagree with it? Then stick it in the comment section and it'll be considered for a future video. And if you want to see more of these, then like, share and subscribe to showcase your support for it. I've been Freddie Thomas, you've been people listening, this has been Bucking Opinion for the CC Network, and I will see you all next time.